Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. As you guys can see on the screen, I made 638th place in the high score challenge. I increased my score just by a little bit more. I think I made to 19.7. I just put my Axel EX on the last slot. Not last slot, but the friend. Not the friend slot either. The pet slot. So Axel EX was on the pet slot. Used the Dark Gnaw, HD Xion, copy the Axel EX. One-shotted everything. Went to 19.7 instead of 19.032. So huge increase just by using the pet slot. It's gonna be so hard to get used to the sixth slot is no longer the friend slot. Anyways, yes, using the pet slot, my Axel EX being copied by HD Xion, insane. An extra 700,000 score. Didn't increase my percentage. I just used a single hit medal. So that happened. I get to get that medal. Medal Spotlight coming out for that. Medal Spotlight coming out for Pryland Sora. And I believe there was another medal I didn't do recently because I've been a little behind on every video I want to do. I want to do basically an update on Proud Mode, on all those Proud Mode quests that they changed and made super hard. I want to see if I can do it on my free-to-play account and possibly give you guys a guide. There's a lot of things. I want to do a video analyzing the pet system and going through detail, but it's all over the internet already, so you guys don't need my version at all. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. Hopefully I can catch up someday. I don't know, we'll see. But for now, I want to talk about Coliseum. Basically what I did to get top 1000 last Coliseum, and what I believe my free-to-play account will reach top 1000, or at least I'll hit a very easy point in Coliseum on my free-to-play account. This is my main account. I want to talk about it on this account because this is what I've been doing. That is pretty much the build right there. So you guys can see I'm in 59th place in Coliseum at the moment. I'm facing 1,273 enemies, and I am still one-shotting everything. Round 703 out of 999. I believe with this build I can go to tier 15. If not, a little bit tweaking. But I want to give you guys some advice on Coliseum since I've been doing so good. Now, again, I'm not the best at Coliseum. I haven't made any videos on Coliseum. I think like a couple here and there, but nothing to give advice because I'm not hardcore when it comes to Coliseum. I tried one time and it pissed me off. I almost made top 100. But I need to pull some more, and I didn't want to pull any more just to get a skill, because the amount of stuff you need to get these skills doesn't really equal the jewels being saved, because you can just buy skills off avatar boards later instead of using this jewels to pull to compete in Coliseum. But if you're like me, you eventually hit a point where your medals are just really good and you can make really good setups. So let me go over what I've been doing. I'm currently ranked 59, 703 round. And this is the setup I'm using. Now, you guys might be thinking, oh, okay, there's a Roxas EX. Yes, I'd be thinking the same thing too, if not for some tests I've been doing. Now, the actual Keyblade I used to get up to round 500 was a 0.2 carry. So the way I started off, because I want to be really quick, this takes forever, guys. To make it to round 700, you need a lot of patience and a lot of time because it's very repetitive and it just takes forever. You only unlock 4 rounds every one turn. 4 rounds every one turn. I've been one turning it, but it just takes so long to get to levels round 700. And so what I did was I used a 0.2 carry here being copied by Nominee and my key art. Again, the only medals that need to be guilted is your HD Xion and your pet medal. In my case is Roxas EX. If you guys have Sephiroth EX, Roxas EX, Axel EX, any of the EX medals, especially the new ones, HD Xion EX, you're laughing. But a little bit of advice to maybe get top 1000. If you guys have Final Boss Xion and you put her on the friend slot and use the same exact setup I'm using here, I'm pretty sure you, not the same exact setup because you're going to change it around. That's going to be my free-to-play setup. For this setup, I'm going ahead of myself here. For this setup, I use this because 0.2 carry's activation is just a one hit, where Tifa and Aerith is a big tornado and it takes a little bit longer. So to get to round 500, I use 0.2 carry because I did not need the Tifa and Aerith yet to go through the enemies. I was one-shotting everything with this combo. When this stopped one-shotting is when I brought in Tifa and Aerith, and that saved me a lot of time because this gives me 3 general defense down, 3 PSM up, and 3 PSM defense down on the enemy, where this gives me 6 strength and 6 general defense down, which is very important as you get higher. Now, as you guys can see, traits. I have no traits on here that would help me with Coliseum besides the +6 gauges, but Tyree fixes all of that, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't have -60 traits, I don't have +1000, I don't have anything that's going to help you in Coliseum a little bit extra. This is just 2 Gilted Metals, a level 9 Dark Gnaw, and no traits. And I'm at round 700, as you guys can see. Now, the advice I want to give is, again, Triforce Kyrie or Triforce Tifa and Aerith works out very nicely. And when you guys do have that final boss Xion, if you have a level 9 Dark Gnaw, if you have a fully maxed out Attack Boost 4 Max HG Xion, mine's not boosted, you guys can do this as well. Now, the idea I have here, this is not tested fully, but this is what I think my free-to-play account is going to be able to do. Since we're not going to have Roxas EX on my free-to-play account or most of your guys' accounts, what you guys can do is in the friend slot, you're going to put a final boss Xion. HG Xion is going to copy that. So that is 4 general defense down. And as you guys can see, on this Keyblade, 4 of my medals are buff medals. They do no damage. They are just buffs. And my HG Xion and Roxas EX are all my damage. 2 medals are doing damage. Now, final boss Xion has a multiplier of 11.9 if I can remember properly, and she lowers general defense by 2. So I'm going to get 2 general defense down here and another 2 for my pet medal, which is going to be huge. So that means I only have to find 2 to 3 more general defense down. And where do we find that? We find that in a Tifa and Aerith and a 0.2 Kyrie. So my first 2 slots are going to look like this. And then your next 2 slots are going to look a little bit... You can even, if you truly want to, you can even copy your 0.2 Kyrie again. I don't know why I took away Nominate there. Let me go get Nominate real quick. Put her back. And then go back to my 0.2 Kyrie. So, what you're looking at... Now, Dark Gnaw only has 9 SP. So the issue you're going to run into if you use this kind of setup is running out of SP. But everything here costs 2. And my idea here, I'm not sure if it's going to work. I had to do the Mercy Pull on the final boss Xion on my free-to-play account, and then I'm going to test that setup. But the idea here is basically this guy. So this guy is going to come into this and be copied by Nominate. Now, not in this order, it doesn't really matter, but this is the idea I have here. Because I'm going to get general defense down here, a general defense down here. That's 3 general defense down. Nominate is going to be 5 general defense down because she's final boss Xion. And then my actual final boss Xion is going to be another 2, which is a perfect 7 general defense down. And that should take you pretty far in Coliseum. Maybe even possibly top 1000. I'm not 100% on that, but I know the setup I have right now on my main account is top 1000 easily. So the idea here, again, is 4 attribute up and down, plus 1 up, 1 down here. So I'm going to have 5 magic strength and 5 not magic, speed. So 5 speed strength and 5 speed defense down on the enemy, along with 5 general defense down when it reaches here. So it's going to be 5, 5, and 5 perfectly, guys. And then when it gets to my pet medal on the 2.5 multiplier, it's going to be 5, 5, and 7 general defense down. So this setup works out really nicely. I think it should help a lot of you guys who are free to play. If you have an extra HD Xion or you just have key art medals, even Nominate here, I would suggest HD Xion and Nominate because it's 0 SP cost, and Dark Gnaw is only +9. Again, the issue is going to be SP every mob. And unless you have an Attack Boost 4 Max SP Gauge 2 on your final boss Xion, you most likely need Tyree here. And that's where I kind of want to go backwards here and use something that requires Tyree. But it all depends what you guys have. If you guys evolve the Stroke of Midnight to level 30 something, I believe, the multiplier becomes a 3.0. or a little higher than 35. I can't remember, but Stroke of Midnight does have a last slot of a 3.0 for reverse power. So that also works too, and it has a lot more SP. So that should work since these 4 slots are not going to do any damage anyways. The Stroke of Midnight can be the exact same setup here, and then you just change it around. So this slot will eventually become a 3.0. I forget what level it is. It could be a little bit higher. You do have to invest quite a bit of gems, but it could work out because it does have more SP. But again, I'm going to show you guys my quick run through here on this account. Put back the Tyree and get my last key art. Now this is all ideas on the free to play account, but my main account, guys, this has been working. very, very nicely. I'm going to show you guys at least one round right now to show you exactly what I've been doing. Like, I honestly, I was using Axel EX before, and Axel only got me up to like tier 14 round 400. I could have switched it around and used something like this, and again switch around the buffs and the debuffs to make it better. But since I have a Roxas EX, I was like just going to use a Roxas EX. Higher multiplier. It has its own general defense down, which works beautifully with the Tifa and Aerith combo. So, as you guys are going to see right now, no traits, no no high level Keyblade, just really, really good setup because of all the buffs and debuffs this provides. And I know, again, this is a Roxas EX. It's an EX medal, so a lot of people don't have it. But it seems like a lot of you guys got lucky and got yourself a Roxas EX. So if you got Roxas EX, Sephiroth EX, or HD Xion EX, you can do the same exact setup. And if you have all three, you can alternate your Keyblade, your pet medal, to make sure if you're facing power, you put on HD Xion. If you're facing speed, you put on Sephiroth EX on the pet medal. And it works out really, really good. Now, I know that Starlight can also work for me because I do have the Nominate, HD Xion, the Roxas EX, the Key Arts, Beginnings. Is it Beginnings, the blue ones? Yes. I know that I can use other Keyblades, especially the Starlight, but why level up the Starlight when I can use a level 9 Dark Knot and do this? Possibly all the way to tier 15. Now, I have not used Nova this whole time. And I've barely been using the pet medal. Only recently in round 650, I had to start using my pet medal Roxas EX. Before that, every enemy died at HD Xion. But as you guys can see, one turning, and that was facing power enemies, and I'm using speed medals. Just because of Tifa and Aerith and the HD Xion copying my EX medal, I've been hitting this so much, guys. And it's just, it takes so long. That's the only reason I don't like it. And also, because it's only an attack boost 5. I didn't talk about it in my update video. I totally forgot. This is the hardest round, by the way, for me anyways. When I say hardest, is that it was the first one to make me use my pet medal. Besides that, every other round, I didn't need to use my pet medal, but these guys had more defense or HP or something. As you guys are going to see, I might be at the point where I can no longer one-shot them and I have to start using Nova. So yeah, I am at the point now. This is actually the first time this happened. I'm at the point where I have to use Nova for this right here. So I can possibly just skip this round, go the round before, but Nova is going to kick in now for this bit until I would say another 40 to 60 rounds, and then Nova might not be enough. So I'm going to end the video here with this right here. I just want to show you guys a good setup most of you guys can use. Not a lot of you, but hopefully the whole idea I have there with the final boss Xion, that works out too. I know there's other setups, and I haven't explored them. Again, I'm not a huge Coliseum player. I just make top 1000 and then I stop playing it. That's all I want is top 1000. I screwed up. But this time I decided, hey, I actually want to go and try out some setups, try to do a lot better than I have before, try to understand it a little bit more, even though it's mostly about having all the buffs and debuffs and the higher multiplier medals. That's all you really got to do for this. Once you have the right medals, you guys can go in. Once you have the right traits, you guys can go in and high rank. Negative 60s, obviously not needed. I don't know when it's going to be really needed for negative 60s when you have this much general defense down. Maybe even plus 1000 would be better than negative 60s at certain points. I don't even think it's necessary as long as you have 7 general defense down. But there you go. So until this guy has more than my Nova, I'll be one-turning all this again over and over and over. Or if anything, I'll just skip this one like I said before. I just want to show you guys me completing this because the next 2 enemies didn't require my friend medal until like way after. So I know that mouse is like higher HP or higher defense or something. Even though it has a self debuff, it still is the only one that caused me trouble, as you guys caught on the video. So last one is the candle here, along with the little bag of jewels. And that's it, guys. That is basically what my top 1000 build is for now. Again, there's tons of them out there. This is not the final. This is not the last one that if you don't do this, you can't make top 1000. There's probably a whole bunch of other strategies. I just want to show you guys my strategy on top 1000 and still pushing. So this is very, very simple. Obviously, it's just a lot of buffs, debuffs, and 2 strong medals. But pet system has really changed Coliseum, in my opinion, because now you can use your Key Art Beginnings to copy your last medal, and you can also use your AC Shion to copy your best medal, which can also be gilded on a 2.50 multiplier of any attribute. So there you go. I'm in place 56, round 711, 711, and it's going really good, guys. Who's beside me in the rankings? Just want to check it out. Right there. Everybody, hello to all of you. And yeah, guys, hopefully this helped you out. Let me know in the comment section. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.